saying of something as small as a flutter of butterfly wings will ultimately cause typhoon affair around the world. This concept has fascinated many writers, philosophers, and scientists for the longest time, and it is known as the butterfly effect. While this idea sounds a little too poetic and fantastical to others, it underscores an essential truth. In reality, our world is complex and interconnected where small changes can often profound unpredictable consequences. Before we begin, I want to ask you this. Have you ever heard the term of parallel universe? The idea of parallel universe is that before this, Earth began as a bubble that ballooned out in space-time of pre-existing universe. That means, before there were other galaxies that we know now, there were only one, and later on being separated after the Big Bang. For now, there might be other Earth, other me, and other you out there living the same life as us, but choose to do differently from us. For example, my other twins in the other galaxy may be taking this course as public speaking, but they did not choose to take this class. So, my other twins will not be able to know even half of you that are here today. Thus, I already clarified the idea to you guys. Good morning, madam and fellow friends. I appreciate your time as we dive into the origin of a butterfly effect, its implication, and the chaos theory. For now, let's move on to the first topic, which is the origin of a butterfly effect. Before butterfly effect got its name as butterfly effect, an early philosopher, Benjamin Franklin, gave his own poetic prospect on his own version. In his own word that he said this poem. If you read carefully about this poem, you will understand that the number one transportation at the time is horse, and it is commonly used in transportation, especially in war. So, the horse nail helped to attach the horseshoe to the hoof. Without it, the horse may run slower and affecting the whole outcome of the war. Franklin showed us that how small is the horse nail significantly to the event or even the horse itself. It can hold a major effect to the outcome. For example, a ruin of a kingdom. The history of butterfly effect metaphor comes from Edward Lorentz, an American mathematician and meteorologist who is known for his pioneering work in chaos theory. Lorentz said the original meaning of chaos butterfly effect is sensitive dependence of solution on initial condition, which means in simplest word, a tiny disturbance in system could effectively give a different outcome from the targeted outcome. Now, let's move on to the implication of a butterfly effect. Strep throat is a common disease that most of us will experience once in our lifetime. This disease now seems minor, but back in the day it can end badly if it's not treated properly. Thanks to Alexander Fleming, who has found penicillin gums, which can treat diseases such as urinary tract infection, strep throat, and ear infection. Alexander Fleming has found a growing mold on unused petri dish and a dying bacteria near it. Because of his own curiosity, he began to investigate the bizarre phenomenon. After further investigation, he found that the growing mold has penicillin that can treat diseases such as strep throat and urinary tract infection. Could you imagine if that time Alexander did not find the penicillin? The simplest infections such as syphilis, pneumonia, and earache could end fatally, shortening the lifespan of population now. If you think that the first example is intriguing, how about we hear about the next example? happened to the Archduke Franz Fernandez and his wife, an impromptu outing of around the Austro-Hungarian military capacity that has led to both of them being killed by the Serbian nationalists who rushed out of the street and shoot both of them. Because the Archduke Franz Fernandez is the heir to Austro-Hungarian Empire, Austria demands Serbia to apologize, but they refuse, and causing the biggest war that we know now as World War I. If only that they did not go out and take a trip around the Austro-Hungarian military capacity, our world now might skip a whole chapter in the history. For example, the World War I and even the World War II. Now, let's move on to the chaos theory. What is chaos? Chaos is a mathematical concept that explains the probability of getting a random number from a normal equation. That means something that seems normal behavior could lead into a different outcome that are unexpected. The easiest way to understand chaos is school classroom when we are still in high school. Because schools are constantly engaged with problems, it has chaotic structure between consistent and inconsistent. At any random moment, an agreement between students can lead into a fight. It is mind-blowing to think that the simple action, for example, a fight between a student, could lead into something bigger in the future. For example, the ruin of reputation of the school, or even it will depend the student's success in the future. I understand you might be thinking, what is the connection between chaos and butterfly effect, right? In the beauty of butterfly effect, there is chaos. For example, have you at any time of your life already planned the trip, you already planned the time for you to wake up, and all the places that you will be visiting. But unfortunately, one of your friends or even yourself always late that day, and it will cause a delay in your schedule. Even though you managed to visit all of the places that already been listed, but you kind of in a rush, right? So that is the perfect example of chaos in butterfly effect. As now we come to the end, I would like to conclude all of the points that I have been stated before. For me, butterfly effect will never fail to make me wonder, thinking of all of the possibilities that might happen to alter our reality now. From the poetic roots of Benjamin Franklin to Edward Loren's revolutionary theory of chaos, it serves as an example that every little change, every little choice that we make now could ultimately change your whole world. Either shaping history, advancing in health field, or even altering your course of life. Butterfly effect helps us to understand that the smallest change, smallest choice that we make could affect your whole life. The true meaning of butterfly effect are still to be known till this day. But remember, as we live now, every small changes, every choice that you make will ultimately change your whole life. So choose wisely. That's all from me.